There's no stalker without a motive, and Wednesday's stalker sure has loads of it, and you'll be shocked to see how this goes for her in Season 2. Wednesday Addams may have gotten enemies through the ways that she goes through life that others find weird or displeasing. But one thing that can be obtained from Season 1, which is that the enemies or villains that attack Wednesday or Nevermore all had issues to settle from the past that might involve her parents, Morticia and Gomez. So, Wednesday's stalker could be someone or a relation of a person who had a bad history with the Addams family in the past. So it's safe to say Wednesday's battles don't begin with her, but with many things that already happened before she was born. And this makes it possible that anyone can be the stalker, since the history of most of the students and teachers that Wednesday is becoming closer to at Nevermore is not known. Since the stalker can be someone random, there's a need to look into every character on the show, as this stalker could be a fan's favourite. Jenna Ortega has a fascinating opinion on who the stalker should be, as he's someone many viewers have overlooked because he's usually in the background.
I would love for it to be someone completely random. There's like this really interesting looking character who's in the background of some of the shots at the exterior of Nevermore. He's like the janitor, he's like raking leaves. I would love for it to be him just because he was such a cool guy. And I want to talk to him.
According to Jenna, this cast member is someone who is very cool to relate with on set, and she would be happy to act with him as a stalker. If this random man happens to be the stalker, then he's probably connected to a past only Gomez and Morticia are part of. And since he's like the janitor or gardener at Nevermore, there are many dark things the guy has witnessed over the years, and it might just be time to get revenge on Wednesday. Some theories think that Enid could be the stalker, which is possible, but would mean that Enid has other motives for coming after Wednesday and not because she's in love with her like Jenna Ortega suggested.
Maybe Enid is just in love with Wednesday.
A fan made this theory on Twitter after they realized that Enid and Wednesday's relationship could go through so many complicated phases in Season 2. They think that the show could make a plot twist that will end up revealing Enid as the stalker. But while the stalker might be anyone, Enid is kind of far from being a stalker, as there's no reason why she would want to get revenge on Wednesday. There's a particular role that Enid fulfills in the series, and that's to serve as a development to Wednesday's emotions. The show wants to make a point regarding how Wednesday goes from being uptight to becoming softer, and even though it won't be an easy ride as the friendship will be tested, it could also ruin the show to make Enid the stalker. Except if Enid is the daughter of another former classmate of Morticia and Gomez, it's possible to think of her as a stalker. But there could be someone out there who doesn't like Wednesday and might have a good reason to stalk and attack her, but viewers are yet to meet this person even though she was mentioned in Season 1. If you remember how Season 1 of Wednesday ended, then you know that Tyler isn't done becoming a bad boy after he turned back into a Hyde when he was captured. And if Miss Thornhill already lost control of him, then Tyler would need to find someone like him. And that leaves the theory to think that there's another Hyde in the open, and that could be Tyler's mum, Francois, whoever this woman is. There is something dangerous and thrilling about her that has to make it to Wednesday too, because it is evident in how her husband, the sheriff, hates talking about her despite claiming to have loved her. And that's not all. If Tyler's mum is still in the picture as a stalker, then she may have many reasons to come after Wednesday. The most evident reason is that Wednesday has messed with her son Tyler, and since the boy is now captured and alone, with no one present to protect or guide him, his mother might come after those who tried to attack her son. Another reason why Tyler's mum could come for revenge is that she attended Nevermore at the same time that Morticia and Gomez did. By now, it's safe to assume that there are still so many secrets yet to be unraveled by Wednesday, from what happened during her parents' time at Nevermore. And who knows, Wednesday's parents may have offended Tyler's mum somehow, or even been the reason behind her disappearance and why the sheriff hates to talk about her. And with this, she has just the perfect excuse to get revenge on Wednesday. Anyone can be a suspect, so Bianca's mum Gabrielle could also be one. Gabrielle belongs to the cult group that can't be trusted, and even her daughter has to stay away from her, which means this woman is a very threatening person just by looking at her manipulative eyes. Also, Bianca asked her how she found her in Nevermore during the parents' weekend, which means that Bianca made sure to keep her location hidden from her mother and the rest of the cult group. But then how Gabrielle was able to locate her shows Gabrielle can easily find out anything about anyone and sneak into Nevermore or pay off someone without being seen, which explains how she got pictures of Wednesday if she happens to be the stalker. But then it's not apparent why Gabrielle would have to stalk Wednesday. It could be to taunt her daughter and remind her of who she is as a siren, or it could be because she has a history with Morticia. Wednesday suspected Xavier Thorpe for so long until she got him arrested and had to apologize later when she found out she was all wrong about him. While Xavier has been able to walk his way through to Wednesday in many fans' hearts, there still is so much about the character that can't be overlooked, which has much to do with his father, Vincent Thorpe. Viewers never met this man, but his not-so-good tales make many aware that Xavier's father is famous and influential. As far as we can remember, Vincent isn't an available father for Xavier, as he fails in many aspects, ranging from being unable to attend the parents' weekend and being known to keep making Xavier go to therapy to avoid a bad public image. And so much of who Xavier is can be tied down to his father, starting with how his drawings are dark and lifelike. Also, Xavier's unexplained connection to Tyler's hide is extraordinary, and it was one of the reasons that made Wednesday suspect him in the first place.
What the hell are you doing?
How do you know what the monster looks like? Or are these all just self-portraits?
Oh, what, you think it's me?
But something interesting in all of this is that Xavier's father might have something to do with why Xavier connects easily with the monster, which might be traceable to Vincent's past. So, with how Wednesday unraveled the mystery behind the disaster happening at Nevermore, she might be getting into something that would reveal Vincent Thorpe's past secrets, because he's a famous person, he has a lot to lose, and would do anything to stop Wednesday from digging further into the past. And for someone who doesn't know much about Wednesday, he would assume that she's like every other teenager who can be distracted or tasked with finding a stalker, which would delay her from digging further. And getting Wednesday's new contact is going to be one of the easiest things for Vincent to get, because Xavier can't spend on a phone without his father's account. Since Xavier already set up and charged the device before handing it to Wednesday, Vincent may have noticed and stolen the contact just then. Xavier's dad might not be in the picture, but you should remember that he's watching every move Xavier makes, so he doesn't make a huge mistake that will become an offensive headline that might tarnish his image. So he's probably aware that Xavier had a big crush on Wednesday and was also tipped off when he got arrested. So with many resources to spare, Xavier's dad could have done a background check that must have led him to Wednesday's parents, who might have some old scores to settle with him. And so this man could turn out to be the stalker. But if not, there's something about Xavier's dad that's coming to shock the fans in season 2. Viewers didn't love Lucas until he started getting closer to Bianca, and now it began to look like the former threat and disturbance to Nevermore had changed. He turned from that annoying character who enjoyed spraying red paint all over the Raven dance to becoming useful at the end. But Lucas can be unpredictable, especially when he remembers how he lost his father in the battle to discover who Laurel Gates was, and what she was doing back at Nevermore for. So Lucas could be holding Wednesday responsible for that. But that's not all that Wednesday has subjected Lucas to in the show, and he might not be as forgiving as he looks towards the show's end. Wednesday has already embarrassed and beaten him up more than once. She also destroyed the Crackstone statue and made fun of how Jericho Town takes the pilgrims seriously. And for Lucas to be a stalker, he could be trying to get revenge on Wednesday for the hurt she has caused him, or trying to keep her away from continuing to mess with Jericho. Or Lucas could be stalking because he's not handling his father's passing well, which explains why he used the morning song app to get over whatever depression he was going through.
Speak at the weather vane, my dad said I had to get my act together. After he left, this woman in the next booth told me about this self-help app, Morning Song, said it could help me refocus my life. Usually I'd call BS on something like that, but for some reason...
You believed her?
Yeah. And she turned out to be right, so I signed up.
And thinking about how Lucas could have snapped close pictures of Wednesday, Lucas is a normie who could be at the weather vane to stalk Wednesday when she was with Tyler. Since he's now closer to Bianca, it will be easy for him to get into Nevermore to take pictures of her while helping Bianca to arrange her loads and help her move out after the school closes. So, what do you think of these theories about how the stalker might get revenge on Wednesday? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.